Well, I'd like to think in the bigger picture you wouldn't. I mean, I certainly wouldn't. I mean, I've seen all the map now, so just saying that with me being in GM mode, that the map's all there for people to see. So I was going to chat with you before posting it, but I'd like to think, like I say, in the bigger thing, people wouldn't use it. I've seen things. Right. All right, yeah. Do you know, I'm glad I've started checking out to make sure all the speakers and microphones are working, because it reset in Streamlabs again.
Did it?
Does that interface with Discord at all?
No, but it's got a habit of when something updates elsewhere, it'll just go to a random default, which isn't the right one. So, for example, Discord updated, was it yesterday or whatever? So as soon as I logged on, it said, "Oh, do you want to use this device?" I'm like, "Let's just put it back to how it was." But
This
obviously,
updated yesterday, did it?
yeah, was it yesterday or
Yesterday or the day before.
yeah?
It was fairly recently.
I've had 3 days off, so I've lost track of time.
Yeah, I've not really been using Discord. I've been focused on Marvel's Midnight Suns.
I got Diablo 3 last night, and I'm now kind of hooked on that, but I don't want to play too much of it.
And what's that?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh,
You know, I was going to suggest to say, does anybody fancy a couple of hours Sunday night multiplayer?
Oh
Yep.
god, yeah. Although
I've had it since it first came out. I've had it. I've only played a little bit of it because I didn't want to spoil it. But
yeah, I've been playing it all day, pretty much all day today when I got up. But the worst thing for me was, Chuffin, there's a scene where Medistra gets his brain sucked out. Yeah. It's like you're running through the ship, and then there's Chuffin mind flayers everywhere. They're fighting the well, they're actually demons, aren't they? They're fighting, but it looks like a tiefling. It just grabs him and sucks his brain out.
And you had flashbacks.
I had flashbacks.
well, there's the NPCs in it. If you're playing multiplayer, you're not likely to have the NPCs like Assyrian, the vampire.
Oh, it's got not done the vampire.
You meet one that's basically a vampire that's got it. And there was a bit where this is how clever the game is. I encountered a party of brigands that I've encountered. I played that bit a few times, different ways, and been in fights and things. Well, I'd sent him along to scout, and they spotted him. So next thing you know, it's all of them basically talking to you and threatening you. And you're just saying, well, I'll be on my way type of thing. And you get the option to smile showing your fangs. You do that and they all back away type of thing. But they could have all butchered him easily. But there's little things like that. It's like, that's so clever. The fact that so many ways around the same encounter.
Yeah, the AI is brilliant as well, because I mean, it's doing battles. They're so intelligent. They actually do what you should do.
Yeah.
The only glitch I've found is I had one fight where they were shooting through a door and I can open the door to shoot at them. So that was fun. That was in one of the crypts.
But I like some of the things that you can do, like cast grease on the floor. Then you can set it alight.
Yeah.
It's like, why why doesn't anybody ever do that in other games? That it makes other spells so much more powerful. See, I like using spells in a different way to how most people do. Anyway, I like to try and stretch their utility type thing. But yeah, Baldur's Gate basically does it.
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
Yeah, Greece doesn't work like that in 5e, does it? That's the thing. It used to, but it doesn't in
Yeah.
5e. So they've
As long as
they've taken old version Greece and kind of added to it.
they better not introduce 1D&D into Baldur's Gate though, because they butchered Druids.
You don't like
Druids
it?
are awful. Oh God, no. The wild shape, it's like the best thing about wild shape is versatility. You don't use it as a combat thing, you use it as a scout or anything. Now they're all basically different combat stats. It's like, well, yeah, I want to play this thing to scout out. Well, you've got to be able to play a tiny creature now, which you basically get squashed if you played it now. That you've got to be high level to be able to play the tiny one, to just go and explore. It's like, they've more or less made it into a clone of a cleric in the fact that they grow plants that will heal as an area effect, like the channel divinity thing for the clerics. It's like, nah, they destroyed it. But I don't think that. I think the feedback will be overwhelmingly negative, and they'll have to backtrack on it because it's just a different version of a cleric. It might as well just be a different domain. Didn't even look at the paladin.
I'm assuming they're going to add more things as time goes on till August, because I went in as doing a tiefling. There's only 2 options for deities. Oh,
Yeah.
3, sorry, 3.
Yeah, there's a lot not coming until release. I don't think Paladin's coming until release. Bard was going to be one that was held back, but they brought that out. There's a lot of domains that are missing. A lot of subclasses missing, but most of them are coming on release, so that it doesn't spoil everything too early.
I'll tell you one thing as well. It is beautiful to look at.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
keep changing my mind on what I want to play in it.
Warlock. I'm a warlock boy, baby.
That's where I am.
Is yours comedy spare the tiefling?
Yes.
Well,
Oh, ye of little imagination.
I'm leaning towards a healer type because the female cleric that you meet in it, I hate her guts. So I need something to heal without her having her in the party.
She's evil.
Yeah.
Well, she
seems
worships
to
the
be.
dark deity, but I don't think she's evil as such. But
No, she's evil,
is she?
What about the Gith?
and she's an obnoxious cunt.
Yeah.
That's why I can't stand her, and I want to play something that I can do the job.
What about
So
the Githlaki? What's she called? The Githlaki?
She's all right.
Well, I actually she's my
she's
camp at the moment. I've not used her.
What is it with all these writers nowadays, though, that make most of the characters fucking obnoxious?
Yeah.
Mm,
They've all got to be really, really fucking obnoxious, smart ass. You know, it's like, do we not have any nice characters?
Normal people.
Why are they all fucking edgelords?
Yeah.
But it's like the Doctor Strange wizard who you first meet. It looks a bit like Guy. He's like, but he puts you down all the time.
He's a colossal cock.
Yeah, he's going to get kicked from the party.
Right, I made a wizard up and basically just fucked him off.
I'm leaning towards possibly Ranger Rogue, or Druid, one or the other. I may end up recreating Jelena.
I'm going to multi-class and do a barbarian, rogue, ranger, sorcerer.
So I've got a build somewhere on my PC that's called the most annoying build ever, and it's something like 5 levels of bard, 3 levels of barbarian, halfling class.
No.
Basically, it goes for every single class ability or feat that gives you an extra reroll, and it has something like 10 possible ways to reroll a d20 every round.
Oh my god.
It is annoying. And then I've got another build where you've got every single cantrip in the game, but it's actually not. But you've got nothing above a level 3 spell.
Yeah.
That's quite a funny build. All right, how's everybody doing? Are we all good?
Yeah.
Meh.
Right, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to grab some water, and then we're ready to go.
Roger.
Well, I finished John Conroe.
Oh, yeah, excellent.
I've just started on the Book of Levy, which I'm reading out of order, really. And then I finished them all, as far as I know. So then I'll be able to start catching up on TV and Midnight Suns.
So you've read Black Frost now?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I read that when you suggested it a couple of weeks back.
Cool.
There's mention the last book when they went over to Fairy and there was the teenager with a dragon. That sounds like it's a side book, but I've not seen that one mentioned anywhere. So, because it's almost like, I don't know, we've missed something here. Something's happened, but I don't know what it was. Because there's also, it's like, yeah, they know her and everything. It's like, well,
Yeah. I know what you mean. I just can't remember which book it's in.
I'll look for it once I finish Book of Levy. But yeah, I could see Declan heading in this direction from the beginning. It's like, yeah, okay.
You read them?
No.
Stephen Erickson, The Dead House Gates. It's the Tale of the Malazan, Book of the Fallen. Very, very hard to get into because none of the books are not sequential. And so you pick up one book and you're not quite sure what's going on. All right. Are we ready?
We are good to go.
All right. Everybody lose 1,000 sanity points.
Wibble.
Okay.
So last session, we took you from the church after you defeated the Green Priest to the houses.
Away.
Well, no, you ran away, yeah.
Run away, yeah.
The houses at Deepfall Lake, where you encountered the remains, for want of a better word,
The Green Solomon.
of the Green Solomon.
Yeah.
That time you did fight the Green Solomon and put him down.
Yeah.
And
We couldn't run away.
Yeah, you couldn't run away easily. You continue to explore the rest of the houses, where you found in one of the houses, the cellar, a bricked up archway that matched the drawing that Alfred had made previously. In the centre of the archway was a strange black cube with the sign of the Elder rune on it. When you took that cube out and you scratched away the black, you discovered that it was in fact a violet coloured metal rather than a black metal. And the runes were on all of the side. Looking beyond... Oh, that's right. Whilst you were talking about what to do, I believe Joseph had pulled down half the wall and was getting ready to go in. And I think that's where we left it.
Yeah. you were halfway through the hole.
Mm.
I remember.
Right. That is where my memory lies. So, what are you doing?
Well, I'm still frantically grabbing up bricks and pulling them through and trying to squeeze my backpack and everything with me.
Yeah, you probably got a hole big enough. Yeah, it would be a big squeeze at the moment. It's not enough for you to easily get through, but it's getting there.
Alfred, do you want to just stop Joseph going through there, please? Until we sort of like plan this.
I'll grab hold of the backpack. Just not let him go any further forward.
I mean,
Back out.
you're not compelled or anything. It's just you're curious.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just want,
Yeah,
look,
you invoked our drives.
no, Alfred, I just want to see what's through here.
Just the other side of the wall, or you want to start walking under the lake?
Oh, is that where it goes?
Looking at where we are, I think so. Probably heading towards the tombs,
the
the other side of the lake.
That's right. I remember he was talking about it when we were on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, we don't know what's behind here. Remember what happened when we went down under the pews?
Another what's oh, pews.
Yeah. What did you think I said?
Pubes.
No. I don't recall anything to do with those.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, very sure.
So you blocked it out. What is on the other side of this wall? Is it a smooth cave, a smooth tunnel, or are there footprints?
It is. No, well, it's a carved tunnel that's been carved out of the natural stone here. And the other side of the wall, there are a number of half-rotted boards placed down, going off into the darkness.
Right, so like steps in a sense, or just
Yeah.
a flooring.
It's just flooring, like old, rotten planks of wood.
This is amazing. This must have been built such a long time ago, Alfred. You've got to come through and have a look.
I think I'll stay this side.
Let's just think about this, because what could be on the other side of that is something akin to that has been playing with time, teleporting us across town, compelling each of us to do things against our will, creating and controlling Zombie Solomon up there and a priest, amongst other things, all over the world. So,
I do see your point, Ralph. Maybe we should.
You're also heading towards that eye that I saw coming out of the lake. Was underneath it?
yes.
Yeah, maybe we should just talk about it for the moment. Then, in that case, yeah, it just looked quite inviting to have a quick look down there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll clamber back. Yeah, push myself back through to the other side, and I'll put the bricks. I'll move the ones that I put to one side and just put them kind of in front of the hole.
I think it's worth going to the tombs and seeing if there's any further clues there as to what's going on. Not necessarily going into the tombs themselves, but seeing if there's symbols on the walls or something that might give us a bit more of a clue, because we don't know what's.
We talk about the graves on the other side of the
of the lake.
Yeah.
Because this looks, I think we worked out that this looks like it's heading in that direction. So
Potentially, yes.
it could go under the lake, or it could go into a totally different place altogether. How we could end up swimming after a while.
I can't see why, because the picture you drew was almost a direction. Surely,
Yeah,
if they didn't want you to come here, they wouldn't have shown you that.
yeah, but we don't know whether they're being helpful to us or want us to do something for them.
Yes, people that want to get you to go somewhere don't always have your best interests at heart.
This thing is holding up the cube. It's got protection runes on it or things to keep other things away. But which direction is it? Is it stopping them coming into there or stopping keeping something locked away? Well, neither at the moment because I've taken it
I
out.
think you say you took it out the wall.
Yeah, so ultimately we're knackered anyway.
Well, maybe not because
it is a protection against all the
well, we might not be
greater
knackered.
Powers.
Yeah, we might not be knackered. The rest of the world might be knackered, but we've got it, so we might be okay.
Yes, so it could attract them. Who knows?
Thanks, I hadn't thought about that bit.
I'm going to get some bricks from the floor, and I'm going to put them sort of stood upright on the brickwork that's in the hole that I've made. So essentially, so if anything comes through, these will fall over.
Yeah.
It's like, I've made a mess. Well, that'll do a job. I'll just pull that one back.
Yeah.
I was thinking go and get one of the beds and just lean it against it.
No, but a bed you could, if you just lodge a bed, you put it back, wouldn't you? If you didn't want to know you've been there. A brick is just a brick, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's what if Solomon's friends decide to try to come back or anybody linked to them.
Yep, you can do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then the plan is
go back to the car and drive round to the tombs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this way round?
Yeah. Shortest way because I think time's kicking on, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. It seems to be somewhere between 2:30 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So the sun is starting to dip down. I mean, you're in a crater, remember? So the sun is starting to dip down towards the lip of the crater. You think it's going to be maybe another hour or so, and it's probably going to be flashlight time for sure.
It's winter as well. It's not winter. It's February, isn't it? So it'll be quite low anyway. The sun.
Yeah, but the drive around is. It's fine, right? So you get to sort of around to here. You're coming around the road. Ahead, there is a definite footpath that seems to lead off into the trees.
Are the trees this side leaning in as well towards the lake?
They appear to be, yeah.
Almost like there's another gravity in there.
Doesn't appear this footpath is wide enough for you to take a vehicle. It looks like you're definitely going to have to jump out and go on foot.
Is this a footpath that's here at the tombs, or is there a different one?
Yeah. No, it's that one. This one here.
In which case, yeah, flashlights, weapons.
Yeah.
And we need to be quick about this. That sun's going down fast.
You head down the footpath. You take sun sets in the west, doesn't it? Rises in the east, sets in the west. So actually, on your side now of the lake, is probably going to be lighter than the houses. It's about... Oh,
It's almost like that thing where you can see the shadow moving down the hill towards us.
yeah. It's about just gone 3 o'clock. You can see the shadow moving across. You head down onto the footpath through the trees. It's clearly been cleared. There is definitely a wider space where there are no trees, and surprisingly, the vegetation is not that bad either. You do have to kind of navigate your way around a few bramble bushes and blackberry bushes or whatever they're called these days. But you follow the path, probably 30 or so yards away from the car, down into this quiet part of the sort of the trees. The road, the path that you're following then kind of curves and starts to head slightly back on itself. It travels. You continue following the path, probably kind of weaving in and out the trees. Still a definite path that you're following for maybe 50 or so yards, when ahead of you spot a light blue glow.
A torchlight glow, or
Doesn't it's certainly not moving if it's torchlight. No. You would probably have torchlights in this time would more likely be yellow, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, this is a blue colour, a definite pale blue glow.
Can you see that blue glow?
Blue glow, yes.
I'm glad it's not green.
It's not green. Can be green if you want me to make it green.
Oh,
I'll sneak up if you want. I'll have a quick look.
Okay. Well, you going to do any... You just going to sneak up unaided, or are you going to use a skill?
I'm going to use sneak. Well, stealth or outdoorsman, whichever is more appropriate for.
Stealth is probably more appropriate to be sneaky. Very nice. Look at that.
I can get closer and.
About 10, 20 yards from where you pause, the path opens up into a wide clearing. There, in the centre of the clearing, appears to be an oblong piece of stone that is giving off this blue light. It, to your eye, looks to be about 7 foot long, 2 foot wide, 3 foot high.
Nice on
There's
it.
There's nobody else around.
Using my rifle, sight on it, see if there's any markings on the stone.
There are a bunch of carvings, yes.
Look at the floor around it. Does it look like there's any recent footprints or anything? Has it churned up or like something's been here recently?
It would be flattened down. Hard to tell whether it's recent, but there is certainly some activity here. Not unsurprisingly, this is not a place that is unknown to the locals.
Your camera's
Oh,
frozen, by the
you
way.
are joking.
Yeah. So much for the
Yep.
update fixing it.
That's weird, that, because he was able to speak when the game froze.
Who was it before?
Zenny's dropped.
Yeah. But before he could talk while it was frozen as well.
Oh, could
But he'd see us frozen and then drop himself.
Right.
That was 45 minutes. It was working fine, and then bang, just froze.
Yeah.
No warning or anything.
Blame Sorrow. He was the last one to join.
No, I suspect my PC needs a rebuild. That's what I bet. There's probably a driver somewhere that's causing a problem. So, I don't know where we got to.
Ground was all flattened like somebody'd been there, but the cats tell.
Yeah, and it's not a place that is unknown to the locals.
Any signs of rubbish around? Like kids have been here or something?
No.
Cigarette wrappers, cigarette packets.
Yeah.
But is it flattened as though a lot of people have been there here all at once recently?
No.
No. Okay.
I'll head back and tell everyone what I've seen.
Okay. Tell everybody what you've seen.
There's a weird rock, basically I'll give its dimensions. I can't quite remember the dimensions. A large
7
rock
by
that's
2 by
got,
3.
Correct.
rock that's basically glowing.
Oh.
It's got markings on it, but
Well, let's go and have a look at it then. And Ralph will just walk.
Yeah. Is it a rock, or is it an actual carved, like, obelisk type thing?
Well, you won't know
Square.
until you get to it.
Okay.
Ralph
follow
will already be getting his notepad out and his pen, and also getting his rubbing stuff out just in case. And
Yeah. Alfred, do you want to take some pictures?
yeah, plan on it.
No, but
hang
I
on,
bet of me.
hang on, I'll just get on this.
Let's do some planking.
So you're rubbing things. I'm hoping it's not oil that you're rubbing over yourself while I take the photos.
You'll never know. You
Gotta
look through
look
the
smooth.
lens.
So what you can see is there is clearly something inscribed on the top of this piece of stone. For the most part, it appears to be quite badly weather worn. There are carvings, strange fluted shapes and curves that seem to defy each other, carved all the way around the sides. The near the base of this stone block, and now you're there, the top is definitely separate. So it does give you that sense of a sarcophagi type of arrangement, the way this is laid out. Looking at the inscription on the top, you can just simply see THOS Lee. THOS dot space Lee. And down at the bottom, you can see a signature. The signature is rather familiar.
Ooh.
It is the same signature that you found on the statues in the church.
with that stained Masonic symbol as his end of his signature.
The top of the sculpture, I say, is grooved. Definitely appears to have a lid. The path, by the way, continues out the other side of this clearing and onwards.
So it's 3 foot high, isn't it? So
Yeah.
So technically, we could take the lid off and see in it.
Yeah.
Sarcophagus.
But
That would
it's
be
glowing.
Actually, desecrating something.
The
But yeah,
stone itself is what is giving off the glow.
is it
So,
even?
Is it
Even glow all over?
is it like a fungus on there, perhaps?
It doesn't appear to be. It seems that the stone itself is glowing.
So we've got a purple metal cube. Now we've got glowing blue stone. Anyone ever heard
Maybe.
of anything like these?
Well, you say that cube thing is supposed to be a protection thing to keep things in. Maybe the stone's the same sort of thing. Maybe it's keeping something inside.
It's more the
Do I
symbols on them.
recognise any of the symbols at all from other similar things?
They don't make any sense to you at all. They're just fluted shapes and curves.
Okay.
I'm going to approach the stone, reach out and touch it.
It's cold, as you would imagine, for January.
Does it feel like stone or more crystalline?
Feels like stone.
Okay.
But it's phosphorescent. And as you kind of bring your hand, you get a very slight glow, kind of coming, lighting up the bottom of your hand as you go to touch it.
So once I've touched it and left my hand away,
Your hand's fine. Your hand's fine. It's just you're getting a definite reflection as you get near it.
Yeah, but nothing's transferred to my hands, so it's not something on it. That's okay.
Not at all.
Which one of you is the geologist? Ever heard of anything like this?
That would be me, and I'll try and cast my mind back.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen animals and moss do this sort of thing, but I'm going to put a point into my geology and just spend that.
Yeah, exactly. Mosses don't often give off a blue glow, but it could do. It's not beyond the realms of impossibility. In England, probably not. Bluestone, you would expect bluestone to have crystals in it of some kind, and it to be reflecting sunlight. There isn't really any sunlight in this clearing for it to reflect. So it's odd.
Unless perhaps there's maybe a light inside the tomb. Or
What do you mean?
Question is, do we open it or go on?
To be fair, I'm getting an itch. I want to know what's inside now.
The symbols on it don't mean anything to us.
Don't appear to. No, they don't. And definitely don't mean anything Ralph giving them a good look means nothing to him either.
Any of them match what's on this cube?
No.
Right. How about Ralph and I lift the thing, and you look inside with a gun, or with a knife, or something else. I've seen enough crazy things this evening or today that we're gonna have to be careful.
Could do an ask Ralph wants to look in this because he's the most likely to identify anything that's in there.
I was more concerned about the initial first opening, and then at least you're adept with your weapon. No offense, Ralph.
Yeah.
Not second. Okay. Well, if you want to manhandle it over a little bit and help, I'll have a look.
So what the plan is, just to maybe lift one corner. You go to one corner, I go to the other corner, and just tilt it up.
I check that nothing jumps out, or I'm the base if something does jump out. I think that's the idea. If something leaps out and sucks my brain out, it's your fault.
Yeah. Be nice to see it from this side, though.
Scarf over mouth and face again.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to blindfold myself so I don't go backwards in time.
Okay. With a bit of effort, you push it at least sort of halfway so that you can get a look inside. Flashing your shining your torchlight down in, it appears to be empty, but it's definitely carved and shaped inside like a sarcophagi would be.
Is it glowing on the inside as well?
Yes. It is.
I don't need a torch, really.
So what was inside them?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Have a look inside closer, see if anything's been left behind or whether anything moves. Like, is this a catch that opens up some kind of secret compartment that goes down or something like that?
Nope, nothing.
Nobody's home. Maybe they're wandering the woods.
I bloody hope not.
Close it and move further on. See if there's any more.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's...
I'll take photos. So I've got all the symbols photographed.
Okay.
Do one without the flash so you can get the glow, if you can. I don't know how long it'll take the...
Yeah, you can do that. Give me a photography roll, or spend a point of photography, more likely. Okay, yeah, you can probably take sort of 10-15 minutes and burn yourself a sort of half a reel of photos in which you take photos of all angles, you capture the images, you capture the writing on the top of it, you capture the blue glow, you capture everything.
I suppose they don't capture these two posing in unsavory positions.
Yep, you can do that as well.
Rather not. Close it. Check on the where the lid we've pulled it over. Look on the underside of it as well.
Yeah.
Are there any engravings on the underside?
Nothing.
There's no scratch marks.
I was thinking the same thing, to be honest, but
The sun has finally gone down beneath the ridge. It is dark. Now you can see this tomb, the blue glow is giving off enough of a glow to probably cast maybe a 5 to 7 foot aura around the stone itself, where although everything's tinged in blue, it's like an early morning or dusk type light.
This is where it floats up and then shoots off into the space.
Could well do. I can make it do that if you want.
If it's an escape pod, where the hell is the occupant?
The sun's gone down. I don't really want to be out here much longer.
Yeah, so we probably need to head back.
We've not reached the tombs as such yet, have we? Or is this
No.
the only one?
You don't think so? Or if you have, you don't know why it was called the tombs, because this is just a singular
Yeah.
piece of stone.
Tombs tend to imply something underground. Or a building, at least. Then go on a little bit further just to see if there's any more glowing
Okay.
stones.
Well, about 20 or 30 yards, actually no, 50 or so, 50, 60 yards further down, you can see another blue glow. This is a bigger blue glow.
Again, approach, but with caution.
Okay. The path turns and dips into a hollow, then opens up into another clearing. And the eagle-eyed amongst you may have spotted me drawing a couple of shapes. Effectively, what you can see are another 10 similar-sized blocks of stone, plus a strange piece of stone that stands between 7 and 8 foot tall, which is denoted by the circle.
And they're all glowing blue.
Yes, and this area it's glowing enough that it's, you can see all of these stones and this kind of piece of statue in the middle quite clearly, but again tinged with blue.
Any features on the statue or more symbols?
It's hard to tell. The statue appears to be a twisted kaleidoscopic rearing of stone, carved as if it's carved by the latest modernist, but very, very worn. The tombs all seem to have effigies atop of them, rendered in half-melted or strangely warped forms.
Any toad-like?
No. But yeah, maybe if you screwed your eyes and looked at it in a different, slightly slanted direction, it might be. But nothing deliberately toad-like.
I've just checked. I'm full sanity at the moment. Don't think it's going to be there once I actually look at this statue properly, but what the hell? Head over to the main statue thing and see if I can make out what it is or if there's any writings on it. Go around it.
If it was carved in any particular form, that form has long been eroded by the weather. It just looks like a big, warped, twisted piece of stone.
Can I just, using my knowledge, this hasn't been here this long, these tombs, have they? if memory serves me.
Less than 100 years.
Yeah. So unless it was made out of sandstone, it
was the
wouldn't have
weather.
warped in 100 years. Wouldn't have warped it that much. It's not made out of sandstone, is it?
It's not made out of sandstone. It's made out of that same stone that the previous tomb that you examined was made out of, glowing. Just have a look.
Yeah, how hard does that stone seem from pushing it? Did it wear off with opening it up or anything, or was it solid?
Got it wrong. Hold on. Just realised I've got something slightly wrong here. That one's not there. That's better. This one. Oh, no, can't see me. This one appears to be slightly. The lid appears to be slightly skewed.
Ralph, come and have a look over here. This one seems to have been opened, or maybe.
Okay.
Again, this looks kind of worn and melted on top, doesn't it? For want of a better word.
Yeah, so the lid is kind of has been pushed to one side with an area big enough for you to probably climb in if you wanted to, without disturbing the lid any further.
I have got no wish to climb into it. No, but look into it, yes. Yeah. Oh.
Well, you're glad you've got no wish to climb into it, because inside it appears to be filled half full with a viscid, translucent sludge.
Close the lid. Does it look anything like those things we had in our weird vision?
You mean the planet that we ended up on?
Yeah.
It's not like them in that it doesn't have a form, but it does appear to be of a similar translucent nature.
Quick, help me close this.
Yeah, I might want to shut that lid too.
Okay.
I'm gonna where the statue is.
Yeah.
I want to go northeast from it and see if there's any sign of another statue. Like there'd be another. Look, there's almost a pattern there. Like there's 3 bits missing. I just want to see if there are any bits missing.
No, there doesn't appear to be. But you're right, these are laid out interestingly.
It's symmetrical at the bottom, apart from there's a circle missing and 2 of the squares. Well,
Yeah, so yeah. Going to adjust this very slightly. That was probably more like there, like that. That one's probably more there, like that. Yeah, that's about how it's laid out. They're oblongs rather than squares. I just couldn't be bothered to try and draw oblongs. So then they're all similar in size to the stones you saw, to the stone you saw previously.
Right, okay. Now my pattern is just broken because it's not symmetrical anymore.
Yeah, sorry. No,
Yeah, no,
I
that's right.
realised it was a little bit more symmetrical. It's almost like a W shape. Everybody tilts their head to look. Yes, I can see.
Yeah.
Again, in the pale blue light, you notice the same signature on the statue and all of the tombs.
I wonder if these glow in the daylight.
Well, we can always come back tomorrow.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hmm. Did we look into Mr. Birch after when we found his name on the? No, we didn't.
You didn't.
I do believe that's our next port of call.
Does anybody have art history?
Oh,
Yes, I think I've got a point in that.
Somebody else did.
All right, I'm yawning lots. I'm
I
tired.
do
Oh.
too.
Yeah, I've got 2 points. So
2 points in art history. Okay. What you know, you don't have to spend anything. What you know, Simon Ulysses Birch, 18th or early 19th century sculpture. His curious half-melted human forms gained a certain cachet in the 1920s when the Dutch sculptor Chris Agterberg cited them as an inspiration for his Art Deco works. No known samples of birch have survived. Clearly, that is not the case.
yeah, well, that's a lie.
We're able to sell these for a fortune. So, with that knowledge now, I'll realise that it's not erosion; it's art.
Most probably.
If this was created by him, what the hell is it made out of? Because this is no substance that I've ever heard of.
But what happened to Mr. Birch? What did he die or?
No substance that we know of from Earth.
Yeah.
But this was the site of a meteor landing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that sludge. That's him. The lights basically melted him, and he's in one of the coffins of sludge now.
Let's just have a look.
And if it is meteor rock, that could be radiation.
Does that mean that sludge could be a symbiote?
Yes,
Here we
quite
go.
possibly.
Yeah.
We're all about
Yes,
to get
fine.
attitude
Oh, no.
adjustments. Shame we haven't got a reporter called Eddie, but we do have a photographer, so...
Yeah, as long as he doesn't start wearing black clothes and trying to dance down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Not promising anything. Oh, it's radioactive. I've already got kids, so don't want any more.
It's the ultimate vasectomy, radiation.
Yeah.
There is one stone. In fact, it's not even a stone as such that comes to Joseph's mind. Now he's kind of looking at all of these. And it's something called skeelite, a calcium tungstate material that is known to glow blue under ultraviolet conditions. That's the only thing that exists on Earth that does that.
And would I know where this ski light is normally found?
No.
What the hell would be emitting UV light here at night?
Well, that's the thing. That's the only thing that he knows that could be.
I'd have to take a sample and compare.
Are there any bits on the floor?
No.
Anything chipped off?
No, you'd have to do it yourself.
Well, if he's made sculpture of these things, he must have got the rock from somewhere, so...
Correct.
Yeah, as Ralph said, not on this planet.
No, I'm not about to desecrate whatever these are just to get a sample until we have something to compare it with. So it's probably easier finding a sample of ski lights and bringing it here.
So typically, Haldbeck Fells in Cumbria, Bohemia, Switzerland, Arizona, Connecticut, Japan, Australia, Otago, New Zealand, China, and Brazil. Are all places, but typically it is not found in quantities that would probably allow you to build what is effectively 10 large stone sarcophagi out of it.
I think we come back in the morning.
Yes.
We've got actual daylight to look at it properly. Might look totally different in daylight.
Now the question is, do you want to go back to the hotel, which is a fair drive, or do you want to camp out but away from here? Now, don't mean in this crater.
One of the houses.
I don't think I'd get a good night's sleep in one of those houses.
What, you think you're going to get a good night's sleep anywhere?
Yeah.
No, at least I was ex-soldier. We're used to sleeping absolutely anywhere in seconds.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I can sleep pretty much anywhere from when I used to go adventuring and hunting, but I wouldn't be able to close my eyes in that house in case something green and glowy was coming up the stairs.
Or something with a big eye comes out of the lake.
Yeah.
And now that we know that the way to the underworld has been freed, and anything can come in and out of that hole, no, I don't really want to stay around here much longer tonight.
No, exactly.
Yeah, I think we go back to the pub. At least, if not the plane.
Okay.
Yeah,
And go back to the
maybe.
pub.
Would it be quicker to go to the town on the river? Isn't that just down the road? Or have I got my bearings wrong?
Well, you can get to Purton. Hold on. Let me have a quick look.
Because if memory serves me, it's quite a drive, wasn't it, back to Birchester, sorry.
Oh, that's fine. It's only just gone dark.
So you're somewhere around the Deepfall Lake. So if you continue up the road, it's probably a little bit closer to Purton than it is to back to Brichester.
No, right. Yeah, you're right. There isn't much difference, is there? So
No.
we might as well go back to our comforts.
Yeah.
Okay. You return back to Brichester and to the Brichester Arms, where by the time you get back, it's probably another 45 minutes. Have a look. It's about 4:45, just in time for early evening meals to be served in the Brichester Arms, and for you to have a stiff drink or seven, just to kind of calm your nerves and relax you, and to talk through what you've learned in the last sort of 12 or so hours of you being out and about.
Nothing makes any sense.
Let's take a quick 7-minute break.
A full 7 minutes. Okay.
9 o'clock.
Let's see how I can boil a kettle in that time.
Mitch from Harebrained Schemes has got an announcement on the 6th, a new game that are coming out. So I'm hoping it's Battletech Aerospace. That'd be nice.
What else did the Harebrained Schemes do? Were they
Battletech. And,
the original Battletech?
yeah.
Oh, you think Aerotech? You think the
That'd be
space
nice.
version?
Yeah.
They did Shadowrun as well.
Shadowrun, yeah.
Oh, it'd be awesome if they did a new Shadowrun game.
Oh, God, yeah.
But it needs to be a good one, not a PvP thing. Okay.
Well, I mean, they did the 3 isometric
Which were fantastic.
RPG ones, didn't they?
Yeah. Shadows of Hong Kong.
Yeah, the Dragon one. Yeah.
As the evening wears on, you all begin to feel tired and slowly but surely settle yourself down to sleep. It is 7:30 on the morning of January the 30th. It's a Wednesday. I think we worked out that you must have been here now for nearly half a month, right?
We're good customers.
What in?
Yeah, the last couple of weeks. You've been here for nearly 2 weeks.
Over 2
weeks.
I thought it was the 25th we got here.
No, 21st, wasn't it?
21st was the 21st London.
Yeah, we had this discussion last week.
Yeah, it was 21st in London. It took us a couple of days to get it, didn't it?
Yeah. We arrived on the 25th, didn't we, or thereabouts?
Did we look at some stuff in London? Like we went to there was a museum in London we looked at, wasn't there?
No, we came straight here.
Did we come straight here?
I went to Bristol 7 days. It was
London 21st.
Yeah, 21st you arrived here. Yeah.
So it was about the 22nd we got here, wasn't it? In that case.
Yeah, that's fine. My notes are scribbled all over the place and lots of different bits of spare paper. So trying to keep track of it all is very difficult. Okay. Couple of things today. You have a dinner appointment at 7 p.m. with Professor Sangster.
Oh, yes.
And secondly, Alfred. One second. I've got a cat. He's trying to jump. I'll put you on the table, you daft animal.
Yeah, so it's the 29th is the dinner appointment.
My little pussy cat. But it was trying to jump up onto my unit next to my desk, and he wasn't having any of it. So his legs must be hurting him today. He's got arthritis in his back legs.
Yeah.
No, you can't have my hot chocolate. Get off it. Okay, come on my knee. Alfred, there is an envelope has been slid. It would appear to have been slid under your door while you slept.
That's happened before. It wasn't handy last time.
It wasn't, no.
Pick it up and open it.
Okay. Just simply says to the occupier of room 12.
That's what I found.
Inside, there is a piece of type, a small folded note, typewritten with something else that appears to be a telegram a sheet from a telegram pad inside the folded letter.
Okay. Open it carefully over the table so that if there's something else, it doesn't fall out.
Nothing falls out.
Okay.
There are 2 or 3 lines of typewritten text. No signature, no date, no indications or markings of who may sent this to you. Simply says, as an interested party, I hear you have been inquiring about the foreigners. See enclosed.
Okay. I shall look at the enclosed.
Let me find the bit I need to share with you. Ah, it must be there. No? Hold on. I have lost the bit I need to find, share with you. Oh, where is it? There.
I'm watching that hot chocolate to see if it actually spills.
It reads, Daniel Lohman, 1370 Charon Krung Road, Bangkok, Siam. Date 25th of Jan 1935, 6:14 a.m. Sending station Brichester, England. Attacked at Deepfall, stop. Beast lives in the lake, stop. Something large, stop. Sieged house we had made into base camp, stop. Solomon pierced by spine, stop. Dead, stop. Or at least dead to us, stop. Returning to Bangkok, ASAP, Luke Fausch.
Interesting. That's written to the benefactor of the VA. For EVA Dig, he's the one that's financed the initial one.
Correct.
On the plus side, we now have his address.
Yep. I shall, when we go down to breakfast, I shall take that with me.
Okay, heading down to breakfast. Your companions are down there. And you present the telegram to them, along with the letter.
Don't know why I'm the one that's popular with letters slid under my door, but this was there this morning.
Because I'm not tracking who I've given them to. I couldn't work out, I couldn't remember whose turn it was.
Yeah. Just mine. I'm the only one that's had one. So the guy
Interesting.
that's yeah. So the one that financed the dig is also responsible for them coming here. And they've run home. What is this beast that lives in the lake that killed Solomon? Is that the eye thing I saw?
Hmm.
Yes.
I'm guessing so, but I would suggest we don't go into the lake.
No, disappointing because Joseph was going to go fishing.
Yep. I've been gearing
Oh,
everything.
Joseph can do that. We'll just stand on the edge with cameras and binoculars to see what happens.
Yeah. I am the bait.
Yeah.
Holy crap! The background on my screen that I've got my Discord on that I'm looking at you guys is just changed to a valley with a huge lake in the middle with trees around it. I think it might be Windermere or Bowness or something.
There's nothing that's coming out the middle of the lake.
Doesn't look like it.
That statement that Solomon pierced by spine, dead, or at least dead to us, seems to be that they know what happened to him, or that he.
Yeah, I'd say they suspected. They knew what was going to happen.
We didn't find the spine, though, did we?
No, that was the big hole in his chest. I'd say the spine went in and came out again.
Those fish statues that we saw beneath the church, did they have tails?
No, there was only the upper torso.
Upper torso, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It was the head and not even arms, just torso, shoulders.
Just a bust.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a...
I mean,
No.
with you seeing an eye stalk, I mean, it could be.
No.
Could be some kind of crab or an octopus. Well, octopus don't have eye stalks.
No.
But how would
Snail?
it get into the lake in the
Sea
first place?
Maybe been born there. Could be an egg that's grown into something. But if it's got them in the building, either it's absolutely massive or it's amphibious, has come out to attack them at the house. So they've got a really long reach to get them, or it's come out the water.
Well, that's why I was thinking, like an octopus. If it's got large tentacles, it could probably go from the lake into the house and stab somebody with it.
We didn't see any tracks
No.
where the house is there.
Maybe it's a flying stingray.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't a stingray. It was a swordfish, wasn't it, that got to Irwin?
Oh no, it was a stingray.
Was that?
They got Steve Irwin, yeah, it was stingray.
Stingray.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Sting.
You only have 30 minutes.
Was it Marina? The
Marina,
water breeder.
Aquamarina. Yeah. Holy crap. Have you looked at the pictures of Glacky?
No.
Yeah, the mineral, the salt flash, you mean? Oh no, Glacky. Sorry. Yes, I have. I know what Glacky looks like.
I've posted him in the D&D chat.
Yes, Glacky.
Shuffing hell.
Attached to the chat for the voice channel.
Okay, yeah.
Is that a
looking like
person it's holding?
Well, we know what was in the water then.
He's a good-looking lad.
It's when you just so you get some idea of how big the eye probably was that you saw.
Yeah. Oh, we can see the body's impaled on the spines on its head. And the tentacles wrapping around another one.
Yep. That's the best rendition. There's lots of other renditions of him that make him look like a slug.
I think
But
he's
in all of
he's
them,
meant to be a slug, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, in all of them, he has 3 large eye stalks.
Yeah, I'm seeing a theme here. We've got an aboleth on Thursday, and we've got this water creature here. That is one.
Just as long as this one doesn't have a lightning spear, we'll be all right.
Yeah, you're fine if he doesn't have a lightning spear. All right. What are your plans for this Wednesday?
Get the hell out of here. That's what we're going to be up against.
I wouldn't mind hitting the library this morning. That's one of the first things to try and find out about Mr. Birch, how he died, where is he?
And maybe look up geology books to see if there's any other types of stone that this could be, or references to this type of stone. Where the hell does it come from? It's made out of that creature's eggs.
Yeah. Well, do you want to look for Birch? I'll look for the geology stuff.
Yeah, I can do.
And then I think we give ourselves till, say, 11 o'clock. And then go back up to those tombs.
Okay.
But then get back here for sort of 3 or 4 o'clock because we've got that meal. Excuse me.
You don't find any references of any kind to blue glowing rock other than the ski light that you're already familiar with. And even then, there's no huge amount written about it. In terms of Bird, he was an English sculptor. The 18 lived up to the early 1900s. His death is listed purely as old age.
Where was he buried? Does it say?
It doesn't say where he was buried. But it's probably close by.
Any pictures, illustrations, or anything of his work?
There are a couple, and they do look very similar to what you have seen. There's also some references to the Dutch artist and some of his Art Deco pieces that look not too dissimilar. They're not perfect copies, but you can see the influence.
Any indication as to what the pictures that we've got are made out of?
He works a lot in granite, limestone, general stone. Occasionally works in sandstone as well.
Any links to this area and him? Like he lived around here, or family around here? Was known for creating, having a studio or something around here that he worked at.
Temple Hill.
That's
The
just across
town-
the...
Not too far across the main road from where you are.
Is that where the sanitarium was as well?
No, the sanitarium's on the outskirts of Britchester.
Ah, right.
I wonder who hired him to do those tombs then.
No, they won't be mentioned in these books.
No, this
If
is just literally you find one reference to him in a British kind of Art Deco book, printed in the late 1920s. It suggests that he was in a bit of favour and a bit of a renaissance in the mid 20s, which is when the Dutch artist referenced him as an inspiration. But then gradually he just disappears, and it just simply says died 1929 of old age.
to build something like those tombs that are there, it's not something you could sort of hide, is it? Because you'd have to get the stone brought in.
Correct.
And it wouldn't be a quick thing to do.
No. So there will be a trail of something to find out who hired him or why he was working there. And the same with the church as well. But at least we know now that those statues in the church weren't worn; they were just his style.
Is there any way to see who commissioned the statues in the church? The church is too old for that, really, isn't it?
It's too old. There's not a lot of information about that particular church. There are a couple of references to it, but not much else.
You reckon it's worth jumping on the A38 and have a drive up to Temple Hill? Or should we go ahead to the Deep Fall Lake again? Or are we just chasing a red herring?
That's the size of a building.
Yeah. Maybe he was taken over by this mind thing and coerced into doing it, like we were, like you were drawing, and the young lady in the sanitarium writing.
Possibly.
That's an interesting idea that Joseph comes up with.
Especially since I was made to do it as well with my writing.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe Temple Hill isn't a bad idea. See if we can find where he lived over there and things, and if there's anything surviving of his stuff. Might give us more clues. Sketches of the statues before they were crafted, or diary indicating as to what he's seeing, to where he's getting the inspiration from.
Maybe his family still lives there as well, and they wouldn't throw things away, would they?
No. It's an idea. Though maybe not today if we've got a meal tonight. Maybe head back to the lake, look at the statues in the daylight that come from the other direction, rather than going all the way around the lake. Just keep this side of the lake. Have a look in the daylight to see if they look any different, or something makes more sense. And then we can
Excuse me.
finish up and get back for the meal tonight.
Just going back a bit, when Solomon was killed, What time of day was it? Because he was at the door, wasn't he, when he was stabbed in the back? Was it nighttime or daytime?
Doesn't say.
Yeah, it's first death, you mean, rather than the one that we did.
Yeah, it's first step. Yeah.
No idea. There was no reference.
Right.
Actually, no. There is a potential. Cross-referencing the fact that the telegram was sent at 6:14 in the morning. You could infer that they witnessed Solomon dying and left straight away.
So middle of the night type thing.
Yeah.
Very possibly middle of the night, yeah.
Hopefully this thing's nocturnal then.
Okay, back to the lake. Back to the tombs.
Yay.
Okay.
Do you want to take anything to maybe harvest some of this stone? Like mining gear, small
Geologist.
type thing.
Yeah. If I can get a chisel and a hammer.
Okay. Not difficult to get. Local hardware store.
Yeah.
Sure. You return back to the tombs. In the daylight, it's very hard to see the glow. And from a distance, you're now not sure if your eyes were just playing tricks on you.
And no is the answer to that. No, they weren't.
In the daylight, you have these 9 tombs arranged loosely in an almost W pattern around this 8-foot stone warped stone statue. Still can't tell what it might have been. You're not actually sure you want to know what it might have looked like.
Does it have 3 like stems coming from the top of its head?
Funny you should say that.
They're coming out the water.
Possibly. But it's, the thing is now in the daylight, it is definitely worn, but it should not be worn to the extent that it has.
Yeah, well, we know weird things are happening about time anyway. It's affecting us.
I am just surprised that this is all still here and standing, to be honest with you.
1930s, people aren't vandals. If this was the 2000s, they definitely wouldn't be here.
No, but I would think that Little Britain is relatively religious, and if it's a statue that looks like that and it's got a load of tombs around it, somebody would be screaming devil worshipping. So they're all in on it. It's the whole town.
Yeah. Oh look, there's a wicked man over there.
We just need to burn it all down.
Burn it all down. So, you have these 9 tombs, one of which you've closed the lid on, was half filled with this viscous, transparent fluid.
We open some of the others, see if the same stuff is in them.
Let me know which ones you want to open. Just ping one of them.
Which one was the one with the viscous fluid in?
The viscous one was that one.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I thought you were going to say the middle one.
Oh yeah, if I'd showed the page, I would have realised.
Check the one to the left of it. The one that's probably nearest the statue.
This one. Okay. You push it open. It is empty inside.
Dry?
Dry.
Okay.
Still glowing, because if it's only open a bit, so it'll be glowing inside and lit from the inside, won't it?
Yeah, they glow inside, faint glow for sure.
Let's work anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
Which one of these is for the Witch King of Angmar?
So this one next?
Uh-huh.
Empty. Same again.
Yeah, next one.
Empty.
I'm waiting for the one that's got a body inside that just then burns into dust.
Empty. Empty. Bear with me a second.
Next one, an eye stalk comes out.
Shoggoth.
No, Shub-Niggurath. The goat with 1,000 young. This one?
Yeah.
Not empty.
Oh.
When you push, pull, I was about to say pull and I said push at the same time. When you push the lid slightly back, in the base of the sarcophagus interior, there are two things that jump out at you.
Literally?
First of all, hold on. No, one thing that jumps out at you. That is a black metal cube with a number of hieroglyphs. Is resting the very centre of the sarcophagus inside.
The black comes off and it's purple like this one.
Indeed, it does. And the elder sign is faced down, specifically.
Maybe this is the exit to that tunnel from the house. I'm going to look around this particular tomb and to sarcophagus and just see if it's been moved in any way.
It's not been moved, but when you kind of lift up the cube, there's a small kind of hole in the centre. Probably 2 fingers in size.
Is there a draft or anything coming from that hole?
There is.
Is it worth Alfred putting that cube back in again?
Well, it's got an escape route the other side.
I don't think it's going to make a difference, is it?
No.
I think if we take this out, we've got 2 protective things.
I'll hold on to that one for now then.
It's like putting your finger in the dike when you're already up to your fucking knees in water.
Yeah. Although that so that viscous liquid, if we lowered this towards it, not into it, but see if it pushes it away or that it repels it. This
Yeah,
is
go for it. Go for it. I'll hold the lid. Would you like to cup your hands?
You can go back over here and check the viscous liquid.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Check the other 2 first, I think.
What, these two?
Yeah.
Which one first?
Top one.
You push that open. Can you all give me a level 2 stability test, please? As you are greeted by the most horrific sight that you've seen for a while. Alfred makes it. I hate having an arm that doesn't go where it should do. So I'm scratching my back if anybody's wondering what the hell I'm doing with my metal ruler. You all make it. Look at Ralph braving not spending any stability to overcome his fear. A desiccated, mummified corpse. What appears to have been a woman. That's not what triggers your momentary sense of horror.
The eyes flicking open.
It's the claw mark underneath the lid.
Behave.
I was smiling to myself when you said earlier, I'm looking for scratch marks.
Oh.
Yes,
That's my worst nightmare, that.
there are scratch
Yeah.
marks on the underside of the lid.
Can we, using first aid, determine roughly how long?
Do you
it's
have
been involved?
medicine?
No.
Do you have archaeology?
I personally don't.
I do. I've got 3 points in archaeology. You want me to spend some?
Don't need to spend if you've got it. If you've got medicine, you need to spend 1 point. Archaeology.
No, I've not got medicine.
It appears to be about 100 years old.
So one of the original cultists.
Looking at the body, there is a hole, a puncture wound, where the woman's left lung would have been.
About the same size as the one that was in Solomon's.
Correct.
It's not glowing green by any chance, is it?
You have a poke around?
Yeah, with the bayonet. But not
There's
touching it with it.
something still lodged inside the wound.
What the hell? Try and get it out.
A spine of some unknown substance, about that kind of size, goes in through the lung and up towards the heart. Where the spine had gone through the lung, you actually have to dig into the corpse and open it a little bit more, because the lung itself has turned into metal around the spine. The same kind of metallic colouring that Solomon was exhibiting around his wound.
Maybe this poor lady was injured, as we can see, like Solomon, and maybe she came back like Solomon did. So the people here put her in here to stop her from wandering around.
That's fine. Examine the spine. Does it have? Is it hollow? And
Yeah, I guess it would be. It doesn't really say, but yes, I would imagine it is.
does No, nothing's still inside it. Type thing.
Yeah.
Right. Any venom or anything would have been dried up. I hope.
You hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How strong is this? If I pushed it down, does it flex at all like a natural spine, or is it more solid?
More solid.
And does it look like it's made out of bone? Is it got the the decomb sort of look to it?
No, I'm going to say it looks more like that metallic stuff, but it's not metal. The end is sharp, but not really sharp.
Just a lot of power to push it through.
Yeah.
And colour-wise, going back to our strange vision with those gelatinous things, is it that sort of colour?
No.
No, that's
No.
fine. Thank God for that. Might be worth taking a couple of photos, Alfred.
Of the corpse.
And this spine thing.
Oh, I'm taking the spine. I'm keeping all the spines.
Okay.
Well, it's made out of something we don't know about. So some of the things that we're fighting, it may be effective against them.
True, just don't cut yourself with it.
Yeah, I'm thinking the bayonet scabbard, I'll put it into that and keep the bayonet on the rifle. But yeah, I'll take photos of everything else.
And then there's just one more to look at before you want to do your weird experiment.
Yeah. Yeah, open the next one, see if there's another body in that.
Empty.
The one with the liquid in it.
Yeah.
Are there any sounds coming out of it, like it's moving or anything?
Nope.
Or sloshing, right?
No.
Yep.
It's a lot more viscous than that, so it probably wouldn't make much of a sound.
Yeah, unless it was animated like on the planet is what I'm thinking.
Unless it was animated, correct.
Yeah, so you wouldn't hear it as it slithers and rolls over your sleeping body.
No. I wouldn't hear anything if my head's submerged in it anyway. Yeah, get the cube out, and if one of these will push the thing, I'll lower it towards it, see if it actually has any reaction.
No reaction at all.
Does there look to be anything inside it? Is it clear? Be able to see, or
It's easy to see now. It's definitely a transparent, thick, gloopy, viscous mess. But as far as you can tell, there is nothing inside. No, there is something inside.
fine?
Smiling face reached up towards you.
A spine.
Oh.
But no sign of metallic thing that seems to come from whatever venom it fires out or anything.
Nope.
Does the spine look the same as the one that we've got, or is it?
Yep.
But
Identical.
So was this another victim, you think?
possibly, or it was one of those things that we saw, and this thing can kill them as well. Could be the remains of one of those slime creatures that we saw.
The church.
Yeah, from under the church.
Are you going to try and recover the spine from the sludge, or just leave it where it is?
How deep in is it? Just wondering if I've got any.
Foot and a
tools.
half.
Get
It's
it.
about half the depth of the stone, which is 3 foot high. So about 1.5 foot worth of sludge.
Is it like a body volume of sludge?
It's enough for a body to be submerged inside it. Yes.
Oh my God, Rolf! I've dropped a book in his sludge, and it's underneath that spine.
Yeah.
That I've read it.
Oh, yeah.
And if I haven't, I'll get a second edition.
Yeah.
Anyone got any tools that we could use to get this thing out? If not, I'll look around for branches.
All I'm going to say, Alfred, is you've got one. Why would you need two? We know where this one is.
Dual wielding.
Dual wielding, yeah. Are you
Uh,
proficient?
Dual wielding the
Uh,
spines of death.
Compared, they are the same thing, or the.
They look it. They even look to be about the same size. The break looks to be pretty much the same place.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find some branches or sticks or something. And see if,
You're in a forest. You can definitely find branches.
see if I can actually stick it into the slime and try and slide it up.
It's like poking something in thick black treacle, although it's translucent. There is a definite sense of resistance as you're pushing the branch in.
Can
But
I
not
just say,
resistance in that it's stopping you from going in. It's just you can just feel it, the viscosity of the fluid.
can I just say, has anybody seen the start of the Blob?
No.
Okay.
It's going to take you a bit of time, but eventually you can tease the spine out, because whenever it slips off the branch, it doesn't immediately drop to the floor. It just goes very slowly.
Yeah.
Get 2 sticks and use them like chopsticks.
Well, that's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
or sticking them under the thing on either side to lift them up. See if I can get it out and then drop it on the floor and pour water over it, see if I can clean it up. If I can get it out.
Just as you manage to tease it out, you hear a church bell ring 12 times.
Where's the closest church?
Rochester?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
from here.
that big church, the horrible church you would.
But it didn't have a bell in the tower.
Oh, it didn't, did it?
Nope.
I'm going to look at my my watch and see what time it is.
12 o'clock, noon.
Where's that sound coming from?
Through the trees to your left, which would put it lake.
So, you know how anglerfish have lights to attract your attention? This one's got bells.
Oh, could you imagine Glacky having an angularfish light that he just pokes out the water? That'd be evil.
What
Like-
evil that he is?
I was going to say, I think it's not evil enough. Okay. Clean this thing up. the. You go.
He's gone.
See, I'm just tempting fate tonight. Trying anything that's gonna. Something's gonna happen.
Weird.
It's
So
lasting
that's
longer.
about- It's lasted about an hour now, and then it crashes.
Yeah.
And after the 12th bell, silence.
No. Drop this on the floor to clean it up, but the liquid doesn't start moving or anything different.
No,
It's just.
Does it react? How does the wood look once it's come out of the liquid?
The
icky.
branches.
It doesn't eat it, I need to start eating it. Or
No.
it doesn't. No. Okay.
Just tempt fate again, like I haven't done enough of that. Try and light the liquid, see if it's flammable.
No, no.
Clean this spine up and stick it with the other one in the
Okay.
bayonet.
The only other thing here that you haven't really explored is back in the first tomb, the hole in the bottom.
I wonder if this has got a false bottom. You can lift it out if it's that type of size, and it might lead to the same tunnel that's under the house.
Yes, it would.
Joseph, feel like pulling this one apart?
I just need pushing.
Yeah,
Joseph into the
I
actual
think
sarcophagus and see if the floor collapses.
yeah. I was going to trying to suggest move the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing doesn't move.
You push the lid off enough to try and lift this up.
What's worrying me more is, was this put on here to stop something getting out, which means the tunnels were there way before this was even built, and the houses were even built.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's no historical record of anything here.
No.
No. Just an acknowledgement that a cult was formed amongst these houses.
But this is just a tunnel. We don't know what's in the middle, but this is just a tunnel that goes under the lake from one side to the other.
Correct.
I really want to see what's in the middle.
Pretty much. Oops.
Because you would have
Like
thought,
that.
yeah. You would have thought if it went into the lake, that at some point it would, because the house, the basement at the house was lower than lake level pretty much, wasn't it?
Yes.
So you would have thought if it went through the lake, water would come out.
Yeah, no, I think it was going down, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the tunnel was going down as well.
So it'll go down under. And that's assuming that it's a straight line and doesn't have tunnels branching off it.
Right, if you stay here, we'll go around the other side of the house and we'll shout down one side to see if you can hear us.
Does the
How about I stay here? Ralph goes to the other one, and you went to one side and see if you come out with the other where the other person is.
Yeah.
Because she has to walk you through on your own anyway. So.
we'll end up back in the middle of bloody Birchester, won't
Manchester,
we?
yeah.
Yeah, without the car.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you go into the tunnel, I'll drive the car back.
Well, let's So it can't be pushed. The lid's off. Does the base of the actual coffin come out in any way,
Come out.
or is there anything? Is there any button to press? Or
So if you put your fingers inside the hole, there's
Yeah.
a catch in there. When you click the catch, the bottom of the sarcophagus drops and then kind of folds in on itself, or folds to one side, revealing a passageway that at this end you kind of have to get on your hands and knees and kind of crawl down through the sarcophagus floor.
That really doesn't sound appealing.
No. Because coming up backwards, crawling would be really hard.
No,
Yeah.
no, sorry. I misread that. It's a stairway. It reveals a stairway. Stairway. So that heart about the entire sarcophagi that is 7 foot long, the floor disappears and there is a staircase running down.
What is the stairway made out of?
A
Stone?
combination of wooden slats and natural earth, by the looks of things.
So that means that Birch would have known about this when he built the sarcophagus above it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say how worn is it, but it was wood. It's probably rotted by now.
It looks very rotten, yeah.
Yeah, it was rotten at the other side as well.
We can't see how much traffic's gone down here or
No.
how recent it's been.
Oh, come on, let's go and have a look while it's daylight.
It's not daylight down there.
I was just about to say exactly the same thing.
I'm on about when we run out.
Yeah, screaming.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Well, if you're out the other side, don't forget to check if that brick's still standing.
Who's going down there?
Yeah.
Well, I think safety in numbers.
Oh, we're all going down, but yeah, I'll be at the back.
Yeah, I'm going to be the front, aren't I?
Be fine to sit
Well,
at the front.
thank you for volunteering.
Wasn't so much volunteering. I knew I was going to get volunteered. So
Well, no, Joseph is the one that really, really wants to go down here.
that is a good point.
And he is the man with the sabre.
No, this is a different side. Oh, dear. I'm going to get my gun from the car.
Okay.
I'm still keeping the rifle with the bayonet on the end.
Yeah.
Use it like a spear.
Pistols out.
Yeah.
And I've got the axe on me as well.
Yeah, I've got a hatchet.
Well, I've got my sabre and I've got a pistol, but I've also got a hammer and chisel, which is going to stay behind. No, in fact, I'll bring them in backpack with me.
I'm loaded for bear, effectively. Pistol, rifle with bayonet on the end.
The stairs going down are made of compact earth. You definitely go down through maybe 10 or so feet of earth before gradually it's clear you hit bedrock. You continue down these stairs. You do so probably until you get to about here. Just constantly going down and down and down this set of stairs. In places, the wooden slats that have been kind of fixed into the compacted earth have broken, often in the middle, suggesting that, since the wood has rotted, at least one person has traversed down here. As you reach the bottom, murky, warm, mud. There is definitely at the bottom some kind of water table seepage, but you get the sense that, those are certainly, Joseph, with your geology, you are definitely under the edges of the lake, and the tunnel is still going down. Probably at about 30 degrees.
Right.
you keep going. It runs in a very straight line, continuing to go down. Somebody wave a hand. Yeah, okay, somebody's moved. That's fine. And it's just everybody was just stopped listening, and I'm like, have we crashed again?
Yeah, no.
You keep travelling for what feels like not an eternity, but certainly a long time, as you are travelling further and further into the centre of the lake. It is now sloshy mud, probably an inch or so of mud, occasional flooring where the wooden boards have been laid and kind of pegged into the floor, of given way mostly to rot.
Just checking behind us. Are our footprints filling back up as we walk forward?
Yeah, because of the mud.
Yeah. So no, my thought was if it wasn't, then maybe there's footprints still from the last person that came through.
I'm going to listen out for any other sounds as well. So
Okay.
possibly something above us that might be passing over.
Yeah, no worries.
Keep going.
You hear a little voice coming from above going, just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
As you traverse the passageway,
He's frozen. That's because we waved.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's fooling us.
Doing a damn good job.
Yeah, he's not breathing.
I bet he's still talking and reading and not looking at the screen.
Yeah.
There he's gone.
Yeah, his mouse moved.
God, that was a long freeze that time. I mean, we were just about to set off from the pub.
yeah,
And we were just about to go to the library and stay there all day and not bother going to the lake or anything.
yeah, it was a long freeze, wasn't it? As you get to the centre, or what Joseph thinks might be the centre, you walk into this large ovoid-shaped chamber, made either of crystal or iridescent metal. Hard to tell because in your immediate vicinity, it looks crystalline. But the edge of your periphery, wherever you kind of, catch it with the corner of your eye, it looks more like an iridescent kind of metallic substance. But when you focus on that, it seems to be crystal, and the close stuff around you again on the edge of your periphery seems to be metallic.
What colour is it? It's not the same as the cubes that we're carrying.
No.
Right, okay.
It gives off a faint green glow.
Oh, shit.
Cock.
Chamber you estimate to be about 200 yards wide.
Oh shit. That can hold a lot of.
Can I just check my preparedness to make sure I brought some Greek fire?
It's alright,
yeah.
I've got a grenade.
Awesome.
It might just flood the place, but what the hell?
Oh, God. It is solid, isn't it? It's not flowing or moving or anything.
It appears to be solid.
take a look at this crystal. It's not giving off any glow or anything.
No, it doesn't appear to be.
Tap Nightblade against it to see whether it sounds crystal or metallic. Or neither.
It sounds crystal to you. But anybody who's not stood near him, it sounds metallic.
Oh, it's freaky. Don't blink.
Is it in a particular shape?
What, the chamber?
No,
Or
the
the-
crystal.
No. Just a lump of it.
Close your eyes, Alfred, and tap it again.
What the hell?
No. Sounds crystalline to you.
No change.
Hmm.
Okay, put my knife away. Go to the extreme limit of my bayonet on the rifle and tap it. See whether it sounds it's metal now that I'm further away from it. The length of the spear with the
Still
bayonet.
sounds crystal to you.
Okay.
Ralph.
Yes.
The ceiling looks interested to you.
Sweet Jesus. How so? How so?
It appears to be in the soft green glow of the chamber itself. You look up and you appear to see a reflected image of Brichester. And you can see the three of you stood at the bottom of the high street.
Guys, look up. Tell me if you see Brichester
You do.
or Birchester. Which one is it?
Brichester, isn't it? Brichester.
No, I was
Better be
thinking-
Brichester because we've called it Brichester for the last 4 weeks, 4 sessions.
Pull up that big map again.
This one.
Yeah,
Brichester. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking something like SeaWorld where it's glass top and we see Blackie swimming past. That's what I was expecting when they look up.
However, there are oddities about the map.
What's changed? Yeah.
A number of the buildings, which from memory had quite peaked roofs, the roofs have turned into twisted black spiraling steeples. The walls of buildings seem to be at obtuse angles, and a number of the buildings are curved and half domed, reminding you very much of what you saw when you passed through the portal. Except that's a perfect replica of the street layout of Brichester.
Maybe we're seeing something that is to come to pass, perhaps, if this thing messes with time like it has been doing.
I was to try and take a photo of it.
Okay. Take a photo.
And I will sketch it. The differences.
Okay, you will sketch it. Do you have art?
I don't have art, no, but I have some art talent in studying things like that. So there we go.
Okay. Here and there, in the streets reflected above you, you can see strange, horrible, hard, shiny, red-coloured figures moving.
I was doing last night, said he'd been moving.
The figures seem to be covered in bunches of strange, trumpet-shaped things.
What are they? Anybody? Have I ever heard any reference of anything that looks like this?
No.
No.
I'm going to look away and just make sure I keep an eye on the actual cavern we're in.
Okay.
Is that moving code? Your description made me think of the molecule for COVID with all the things sticking out. It's all swirling around. So we're seeing COVID from in the future.
Yeah. Very possibly. Are you travelling across the cavern?
Yeah. I am. Taking a
Hmm.
photo.
That's why I asked, how are you doing it? Are you just going to walk across the cavern? Or are you going to try and follow the streets that you see above?
No. I won't be doing that.
No, straight line because
Can you both give me in fact, all three of you give me a stability 5 check.
Behave.
Nope.
probably not, but let's give it a go.
Oh, look at Joseph.
I was
blowing
guaranteeing it.
Oh, you bastards. All three of you have made it. Okay, that's a shame because you'd have liked what would have happened.
Yeah, because that happens all the time when you fail a stability
Yeah.
check.
Okay, so you just walk straight across the cavern. As you do so, looking above, what's interesting is the map seems to shift to show you walking along the high street towards the church. You notice there is a fourth individual walking with you. A woman. She seems...
Margaret?
No.
Okay.
She seems familiar. She's wearing a set of pajamas.
From the
Asylum.
Yeah, the asylum.
Yeah.
Correct. It looks to be Trisha.
I think we need to visit Trisha when we come back. See if she
No.
remembers any of this. So
And she's just...
she's walking
She
with
seems
us.
to be... But what's interesting is she's constantly looking up. Whereas your figures on the map of the city above you are just looking ahead. She is constantly looking up.
Maybe she's following us in here. Because we're looking up at that and they're looking ahead. And she's looking up. Oh, I don't know. No, that's weird.
She's looking up to follow the roads, and we're not.
So if I look ahead and you're looking up, am I looking up on the?
No,
Right,
you're
okay.
just looking ahead.
So they're not representing the opposites to us.
But if we look up at the map, do we look up on the map?
No,
No. Right, okay.
No, my theory was she's looking up in there as if she's looking up at us, perhaps.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering whether if I looked up, or if I looked down, whether the map I'd look up. It's the opposite, but
you're about halfway across the cavern now. Again, for a brief moment, you all kind of glance upwards. You can see that your figures are getting much closer to the church. The image of Trisha is constantly kind of looking up, not doing anything else, but just kind of looking and following.
If we maybe go a diagonal, because it seems like we're following the street, we don't want to follow the street, so maybe if we go like a diagonal.
Okay.
And maybe zigzag towards the door ahead, or the exit.
oh,
Does-
we all go
does-
different directions, does it?
Yeah.
Take us each.
All of a sudden, you all seem to get a sense of suddenly kind of like a sense of vertigo and dizziness. And you kind of look up and you see yourselves above in the map. But you also see a sky above the map, as if the figures above you are now looking upwards. You see the sky filled with 3 yellow eyes on silver iridescent stalks. Eyes which peered down and seemed curiously distorted, as if they were ants staring up through the lens of a magnifying glass. And suddenly, all of your torches...
Frozen.
Oh no! We froze! Bastards!
We'll come back next week.
Yeah.
You're joking.
We can hear you. Don't know whether he could hear us. Yeah.
Wibble.
Yeah. Big
Oh
time.
God.
That's just bizarre, right? You all froze with your hands over your mouth. So all of a sudden, all of your light go out. The cavern that was emitting that pale green glow, it's as if somebody's flicked a light switch, plunges everything into darkness. Then, as your lights flicker on, you're laid in your rooms in the Brichester Arms Hotel. And that is where we're going to leave it tonight.
My car better be parked outside.
Yeah. Is Trisha in the rooms with us?
No.
Oh,
No. So Joseph kind of rolls over and realises there's a body in the bed with him.
yeah.
It's slimy though.
Slimy. Yeah.
Do you still have the spines, though?
Yeah, that's the point. In my
Well, we'll get to all that next week.
I'd have my boots wet.
Are my pants wet?
Have we got
Yes,
good
but not
cubes?
because...
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Technically,
little bit
Joseph's
smelly
got
as well.
a cube as well.
We will get to that next week. So we are game on next week. We should be anyway.
Brilliant.
Could be. It's pay week next week, so I'll let you know.
My
Just
phone.
don't say anything.
Double check
Do
my
that
diary.
Tuesday.
I really do not know what to do with my laptop, my PC. I think I'll switch all my cables are all really tidy on this desk, so I'll uncable everything and I'll switch them around and see if it makes any difference. I don't think it will.
My question is, can you go into Discord on your own and leave it on for a period of time without other
Yeah.
people in it? So it's
I
only
did
when
that. Yeah, I did that. Nothing happened.
But then again, he's seeing us freeze. That's you're physically disconnecting when you see us freeze, aren't you?
Yes,
Rather than it dropping.
correct.
He won't see anything because
Mm.
there's nobody to see freeze.
I don't get any sound through. You're all frozen, and then if I drop and reconnect to the channel, it just says RTC connecting and stays in that state forever.
Well, that's interesting because when you freeze, we can still hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Well, I
I've been
can't
saying,
hear-
can you hear us? And then you drop. But no,
No.
we can still hear you talking.
Yeah, it's very strange, isn't it?
Mind you, do you remember a while ago when we were streaming that my Discord would drop out?
Yeah.
That's why you had the part 1 and part 2s. And that was about an hour in.
Okay.
It's not done it for ages though.
But I mean, the weird thing is tonight we had first 5 minutes was fine, then it dropped, then it lasted an hour, and then it was dropping every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I just don't know what's doing it.
Because nothing's changing.
The only other thing I can think of is that perhaps my son's doing something on the broadband upstairs in his room that grabs all the bandwidth and causes this to crash, but I don't understand why that would be the case.
Also, is there anything on your PC that's shared that he's accessing, for example?
Well,
No.
well, one thing I was going to say is when I do this, I close down all my apps on my computer. So Steam goes. Oh shit! In fact, I've not done that tonight. Steam goes and everything else goes on the other things that pop up.
I just have Edge and Discord running.
Yeah, none of that should make a difference. This is a 32 gig of RAM PC, and I don't stretch the RAM at all.
Yeah.
So none of that makes a difference. So I really don't know. I'll have to see if I can go back one version on the BIOS. Try and actually do it this time. I'll do that tomorrow, and see if that makes any difference. But if I drag you over here, and then I can, because I share my other monitor with my work PC. So
And see, the spec of your PC is higher than mine. Mine's only 16 gig RAM.
Yeah, I'm running 16.
This was a beast when I built it in 2019.
Yeah,
Probably
mine
just a
is-
bit out of date now.
Well, mine's 5 years old.
Well, mine was 2019, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah,
BIOS
mine-
version on
Yeah,
mine.
that was the end of 2019. I thought yours was earlier than that.
2018, 2019, I think it was. Sure it was.